Namaste. Welcome you all for the classes on meditation. We are going through the path of Patanjali and the techniques given by sage Patanjali. The ultimate aim is Chitta Vritti Nirodha, that is, mastery over the mind, because the mind is very turbulent and we have to move from turbulence to tranquility. Patanjali identified the Pancha Kleshas, the negative impressions in the Chitta, subconscious mind, as the root cause of all the sufferings. We have been seeing them from past few classes, and we need to contemplate on these things. Then Patanjali, before discussing the Adima Klesha, the root of all these kleshas called Avidya or ignorance, talks about four important stages of how these negative impressions in the chitta can act. That's what we are trying to look at. They will be first in the active state. So we need to look at our own self, reflect on our own self to see how much of this asmita, raga, dvesha, abhinivesha, in other words, the ego, the attraction, aversion, and fear are playing inside us actively. It is easy to know because you can know whether you are disturbed or calm, and yes, it's also can easily be known what is the cause of disturbance. Is it some raga or dvesha, or the pride or ego, or the fear? Then we should recognize which is very, very active. Then Patanjali, next he said that now you have to intercept. You must somehow break. Vichinna. First stage is Udarana. Second, you should Vichinna. You must separate. So either mentally or when possible physically from the source of such disturbance, you must distance. And today we are going to look at the third stage, how to weaken these negative traits. What is the method? That we shall see in this class. So sit upright, gently close your eyes, sit in any comfortable position. You can also sit on a chair, tip of the thumb and index finger in contact. Gently close your eyes, have complete musculoskeletal awareness. Relax your tongue, nose, throat and the jaws. Watch your feet, legs, knees, thighs, the trunk, arms, throat and the neck, facial muscles and organs. Be relaxed, be aware, be present. Now we shall chant the sacred word Om. Om is a very sacred word. Our scriptures greatly talk about this. First we shall chant Om, observe the vibrations. That itself has a very calming and soothing effect. Join with me. Take a deep breath. Be relaxed. Feel the inner calmness. Be aware. Just feel the complete posture. Your mind should take the shape of the posture. Slowly open your eyes. Take a look at this Yoga Sutra. Patanjali has very scientifically designed these things for all of us. He gives a very methodological approach, and he gives everything explicitly because maybe out of the worries that we tend to jump steps. We are in a hurry. That hurry does not work when you really work with your mind. Mind is very powerful. So he says, Avidya kshetram uttaresham prashupta tanu vicchinna udaranam. So this we have seen. So now identify what is active, try to interrupt it. Then we must learn to weaken these negative impressions. So that is a internal process. How to weaken? For weakening is very important what sort of company you keep. That's important. If you are in a company which always talks about some sensual gratifications, some hatred, something that will promote fear, pride, you should be careful of such company. Close association with a guru is very, very important in weakening the kleshas, raga, dvesha, asmita, abhinivesha. So close your eyes, just listen and contemplate. So you must, in the beginning stages, very important, what are our associations? Once the mind is matured, then there is no problem. Initially, when you plant a tree, you need a tree guard around it so that you can prevent it from getting destroyed through cows and buffaloes, goats, etc. But once it becomes a big tree, you can tie multiple number of cows, buffaloes, goats to that tree. Then nothing will happen. Similarly, in the beginning, when we are trying to work with our mind in our journey towards bliss or ananda, we should keep away from the company which will increase the temptations, the negative traits. So at this stage we should be careful about what we see, what we read, programs of television or things that come on WhatsApp. Small things, they leave an impression and they can bring back these temptations. So whatever you have tried to separate or intercept, just by looking at one video clip which could promote these negative traits is good enough. Again, it will come to the active state. Hope you understand. Be it be raga, dvesha, or asmita, or fear, So that's why at this stage we must be careful as to what to listen to, what to watch, what to talk. This constant remembrance should be there. Then only you can weaken these negative impressions. According to our scriptures, these negative impressions are not just from this birth, they are accrued from several past births. So those tendencies will be very strong. They will be waiting to come out and manifest. You cannot simply suppress them. You must first identify which are active, then somehow create distancing, separate from them. Then the process of weakening them by association with good company, by association with Guru. These negative traits should be weakened. And we must sit and always examine ourselves. This is not going to happen in one class, one day. We have to remember these steps and often take a look at our status with regard to this. How many of these negative traits are still bothering us? Are they very active? Have I yielded to any of these things in this day? Or over a period of some time? We must check that. If possible, every day, just check how much of these negative traits have played on me, how much was very active and disturbed me, or how much I could separate, or how much I could weaken it, attenuate it. These are things which we can know. Honest introspection, that is all what is needed. We know our weaknesses, we know our temptations. It is just that we don't sit and watch our mind. So if you just sit and honestly watch your mind, there is nothing hidden there in the conscious mind. And what is there in the subconscious gets manifested in the conscious. That is why sitting quietly, looking at our own self is very important. If we don't do this, we miss the opportunity of meeting a wonderful person in our own self, as Swami Vivekananda puts it. Just by meeting our own mind, all these things can be accomplished. Mind is turbulent. Initially it will desist, But slowly, slowly, step by step, with steady practice, we should tame the mind. Then it will cooperate. So, this process of weakening the negative impressions is an important stage where we must be careful about what kind of inputs we take. Anything that promotes these negative impressions, we should simply renounce it. It can be some text, it can be audio, it can be a video. So, this is an important step. So, take a look at what kind of things you watch, because please remember, whatever inputs we get from these five organs of perception, they make an impression. And especially at this stage when we are trying to weaken the negative impressions, these are very, very, very important. So, the power of satsanga is the key. So, mind should be freed from gossiping. Very important. Because that is also a tendency which many like. So we must be watchful about such hurdles. Then it is possible to weaken these negative traits. And these processes are easily identifiable. You can track it. You just have to sit and watch all that is happening in the mind, all that happened. That will tell you whether these tendencies have weakened in you or are they still active in you. So, in nutshell, in the process of weakening the negative traits, satsanga, close association with Guru, is very, very important. Patanjali has thorough overview of all the vagaries of the mind, and he has given these techniques or path so that anyone, irrespective of whatever is the state of the mind now, can really very safely travel in this path to attain bliss. So make this a habit. Sit for a while. Track the negative traits. Identify which is active udaranam. Intercept it. Distance from it with chinna. Then weaken them, attenuate them. Tanu. God bless. May Lord Patanjali bless all of us in this endeavor. We shall offer our prayer to Him. Take a deep breath. Yogena jittasya padena vacham malam sharirasya cha vaidyakena yopakarottam pravaram muninam patanjalim pranjaliranatosmi hari Shri Krishnarpanamastu. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shubhamastu.